Hi guys! Thought I'd take you on a little tour of my garden today and show you some of the cool things that have happened since we've gotten all this heat. So um, let me change this to the other way here as soon as we get over here and show you what we have. Alright, well, since we've had all that heat, the garden has just like gotten huge. I don't know if you saw my last video or not, but everything is growing so big. I harvested a ton of my cilantro yesterday and made a yummy chimichurri sauce with it. And then I also harvested my oregano yesterday and froze a bunch of that so I can use it in the winter. But look at some of this stuff. We have some jalapenos growing down there. Coming in, the peas are actually still hanging on. I thought they weren't going to do anything, but they are. Look at these beautiful. Sweet potato vine is getting really big. All of my tomatoes pretty much have blossoms. And some of them actually have tomatoes. So that one's got blossoms. They've all gotten huge though. Can you see how huge they've all gotten from last time? I probably need to come in here and take some of the suckers off some of these guys, but they all have beautiful blossoms. Look at all of these. This one over here has blossoms and some tomatoes on there. And look at these guys. They weren't even blooming the last time I videoed. Look how gorgeous they are. All the beautiful tomatoes. Now, a couple of the tomatoes, the little patio kind of tomatoes, they actually have tomatoes on there. So this one has tomatoes. And this one's got flowers. And this one over here has tomatoes. Lots of them actually. Look how pretty they are. That's the Siam tomato. It's obviously an earlier variety. Guys, I've never had a Alyssum do this good before. Look how pretty that is. Got some really tall marigolds growing in the middle of them. My okra is doing much better than last time I videoed. My dahlias are all doing well. And I keep harvesting the kale and Swiss chard. The beans have gone all the way up the trellis and have crisscrossed at the top. They're beautiful. I harvested some havasu pepper yesterday, just one, and put it in my chimichurri sauce. It was excellent. It wasn't as hot as what I expected it to be. It was actually kind of mild, but it's in my hot pepper garden. There's a whole bunch of little peppers on this guy. I don't know if you can see them or not, but there they are. That's the Fresno chili pepper. They should get red and look real pretty. Lots of, this one's a tall pepper plant. Lots of flowers on them. Lots of basil and Thai basil. Little strawberries on these wild strawberry plants. There's a pepper growing. That one is a hot banana pepper. The peppers are all doing great. Lots of flowers in here. I expect to get lots of peppers out of there. Very cool. My little squash bed is coming out pretty good, and my watermelons are all up. Sunflowers are doing pretty good. My tomatillos are doing pretty good. Those were latecomers. My friend Kathy found them for me. And guys, look, I'm super excited. My raspberries are starting to turn red. That's exciting. Bean plants starting to get big enough to, look at that, there's a little flower on there. Oh, there's a few flowers. That's exciting. I didn't even see those this morning. So they're doing good. My eggplant flower. More peppers. These are some gypsy peppers. I picked one of those yesterday. It was excellent. First time growing those. All kinds of peppers in here. Getting lots of flowers. This is my sweet pepper garden. We have lots of strawberries that are gonna ripen here soon. Kind of fun. We have this eggplant over here, has quite a few flowers. I have to show you. Well, they're all closed up right now, but there's quite a few on there, so we might get some eggplant on there. Potatoes are all doing well. Blueberries. This was my spinach and radish garden that I just planted. Some peppers, tomatoes, basil, some little mini squash. Well, I have to show you this beautiful petunia over here. I don't know if I showed you this or not, but look how lovely this is. Look at that. That is just something. So amazing how much the garden has grown in like a week and a half since I last videoed. All right, now oh, I do. This is starting to flower. My false spirea over here. That's a new thing from last time. It wasn't flowering last time, so it's just starting to. It's getting there. It's really pretty. I have to show you these. Well, these dahlias are blooming. And look at this beautiful bush, all in flower here. It's gorgeous. There's another variety, but it doesn't have as many blooms. I have my first from seed zinnia bloom. Beautiful pink. And the yarrow. Right, so these tomatoes are doing well, and the Stella d'Oro lilies look absolutely stunning right now. They're gorgeous. Look at those hollyhocks, how tall they've gotten. They are getting ready to bloom. They will flower way up at the tippy top. I'm so excited about that. Look at these beautiful daisies. They're so pretty. Right now we have a pool up with little Lego creatures swimming in it. That's my kids for you. Another one of my, woo, little chipmunk. Ha ha ha, just ran out. That's funny. Another one of my bushes blooming here. It's beautiful. Over here on my table, I have some things going. Little, these are suckers that I pulled off my tomato plants, starting new ones. I don't know what's going on with these roses. They're white roses, but they're all turning brown around the edges. Maybe too much water, or I don't know. These are pretty, the 4 o'clock. They're blooming, growing up the fence here. All right. This guy is so pretty, so pretty. Hanging baskets, all looking good. These guys are really pretty. My beans are all coming up here. This was where my tulips were before. Cut those down and planted some bean seeds. They're all coming up, doing well. This garden gets a lot of shade, so I tied up my daisies today. They look a little sad. They were down on the ground, so they should perk up. Oh, look at this hanging basket over here. Looks so much prettier than last week, too. It's coming along. It'll get big over the season. All right, now I want to show you something exciting. One of my hydrangeas that I bought on one of my daughter's birthdays. This is my Sarah bush. It's starting to bloom. Look how pretty that is. It is so pretty. It's gonna get prettier as it opens up. This hosta's getting ready to bloom. I have some little cuttings that I'm rooting over here in my potting area. Some sedum. And then this is the, oh, I've lost my train of thought. It starts with a C, that I know. Well, anyways, they're growing roots. Alright, and then coming around here, I wanted to show you something kind of cool up here. Usually in this garden, milkweed kind of takes over because I let it grow for the butterflies, and it gets really tall like this. And I usually have a forest of it, but this year I've been cutting it down, pruning it, and look how cool it is when it gets pruned. It gets like a bunch. So that was one that I cut down, and then it comes into a whole bunch of them and stays smaller so that it doesn't crowd out my other flowers. So that's kind of cool. These guys are blooming. Little bee on there. So pretty. Look at all these lilies that are getting ready to bloom. I cannot wait. And my delphinium that came from my friend is also getting ready to bloom. Look at these guys. Wow. So much bigger than last time. The wagon has really filled out. These guys look beautiful. Look at that pretty. So pretty. I'm letting these guys go to seed. I tried to deadhead them last year and they didn't produce anything else, so I'm letting them go to seed. They were painted daisies. They were really pretty. And these are the cursed bell flowers that I cannot get rid of no matter how hard I try. I pull out millions of them every year, but they are beautiful. But I've been slowly planting more and more perennials over them to try to replace them. I have a lot of echinacea that's gonna get ready to bloom soon. They all have little buds, and this will be really pretty when that blooms. Look how tall that milkweed's gotten. It's almost taller than my lilac bush. That's funny. All right, and then over here, look at these beautiful supertunias. They astonish me with their beauty. So many blooms. They're gorgeous. I have some roses here that are blooming. Pretty big pink roses. Oh, let me see if I go the other way. I might not get my shadow. There we go. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. So gorgeous. Got these pretties blooming right now. I cut all my zinnias the other day, so they're getting ready to bloom again. Got a couple of roses on my knockout roses here. More supertunias. My snapdragons. Alright, I'm not sure if I showed you this last time or not, but oh my goodness, my Shasta daisies are getting ready to bloom here. They are going to be gorgeous. They're bigger than I ever remember them being. Look at these guys. Aren't they pretty? I'm super excited about the fact that I have some hollyhocks up here that are going to bloom this year. They're biennials, and I had a lot produced last year and bloomed, and I didn't know if any would this year, and I got a couple that are going to. And then I have all kinds of little babies that I'm taking care of that will produce next year. I planted some cosmos in here. I planted marigolds and gladiolas, all kinds of beautiful things. I have some coreopsis that's gonna bloom over here, I think, soon. They all got lots of little buds. Oh, there's some blooming actually. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Pretty soon this will all be yellow. And more of these things that are beautiful, but spread like you would not believe. So I think that's it. Oh, I have to show you these. These are really pretty too. My hanging baskets. They're getting bigger. But look at all these pretty little blooms that the hummingbirds just love. There's another one over here. Getting bigger, bigger. I bought just one little plant for like $4. Put it in baskets and it's getting bigger and bigger. I just love it. Well, thanks for joining me today in my garden tour, and hopefully in a couple more weeks maybe I'll show you what else we got going on. Alright, thanks. Have a great day and happy gardening to you all. Bye for now.